afternoon, and welcome, everybody. This would be the Jeff Cameron Show right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio. Great to be with you. And, last show before the holidays for us as we'll be stepping aside after today. Well, at least for like a week. I'm Jeff. That's not me. We're not calling it a day.
No, be careful with all the ESPN Radio turnover.
No.
Wait a minute.
We're still here. They haven't fired us yet. Somebody's like, damn it, what is taking them so long? We're online, ESPNTallahassee.com. Listen live via the streaming free always. If you miss anything, it's all right. We'll post it. In this case, all 2 hours will go up on iTunes and in our own audio vault.
I mean, are you kidding me? They're going to take Russillo from us, but not the Cameron Show? He gets to stay?
Oh. How am I ever going to know about usage in the second half? An obscure Milwaukee Bucks game.
And bench presses.
You can email the show if you like, JCS at 979ESPNradio.com. You can find me on Twitter at JCameronShow. The WTSM app, good for your mobile devices. Florida State just beat the brakes off of poor Charleston. Oh, no, that wasn't Charleston Southern. Who did we beat today? Southern Miss. That's right. Sorry about that. You'd think I'd have my ducks in a row at the start of the show, but I didn't. Well, it got away early. There was that 23-2 run in the first half that put the score at 29-9, and you went, well, that's going to do it. But that's all right. They keep playing. And after 20 minutes, it's 47-21. Florida State at that point was 9 of 15 from beyond the arc. Pretty good from 2 as well, 18 of 30.
Impressive.
Yeah, mismatch. And, by the way, 27 straight wins at the TLC Double C. 27 straight. If you go to the TLC Double C, you're seeing a win. That's what the hell's going on.
Oh, it's incredible.
Jeff, what are you doing today? Going to watch Florida State win? That's what I'm doing. Over the last year plus, I've been able to say that whenever I made my way to the TLC Double C. Going to go watch a Florida State victory.
You're going to go watch a victory? Must be at home today.
Definitely at home. It's not like they're terrible on the road. It's just they don't lose ever here. Ever. Never going to happen again. Ass beating continued into that second half. At one point, Florida State was up by 52. And when you're on the wrong side, when it's 90-38, but there's 4 minutes still to play, you just want to start throwing the ball off of people's faces. You know, it's kind of like, if you're Southern Miss, you want to try to pull a Danny Ainge, pretend like you're inbounding the ball, and you just throw it off a dude's face. Woo! I've watched Danny Ainge throw the ball off your boy's face like 55 times in a row before. I'd never stop. Every time I see it, I laugh. And like the 55th time, I go, oh, here it comes. And I laugh again.
Man, you have to drop down with the woo after you do it, too.
Oh,
so there is no doubt about your intent.
I have had enough. I mean, this is ridiculous. Woo! It's 90-38. Woo! This godforsaken game I've chosen to play is just hurting my soul. So, this is a 98, resounding to say the least, 98-45 throttling of Southern Miss. That moves Florida State to 11-1 on the season, heading into ACC play on December the 30th at Duke. Decidedly better opponent at the time that we play our next basketball game. I don't think at any point Florida State will be up 90-38 in that one.
Happy New Year.
All 10 scholarship players for Florida State who saw action scored, including P.J. Savoy, who's been doing a lot of not scoring until this afternoon. He had 17 was 5 of 10 from beyond the arc.
Okay. All right.
Damn time, right?
Could use some of that, in an ACC game. How about that?
Yeah. MJ Walker had 15 points, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc. Fiondu, my man, with 12 points, 5 of 5 from the field. Field goals, 2 of 3 from trays. So Trent Forrest dished out a career-high 12 assists against Just 2 turnovers.
Yeah, apparently, I didn't see this when he was checking in, but Corey Clark said that Fiondu was so excited he took off his warm-up, ready to go check in, and he didn't put his jersey on underneath. So
Got to do that.
yeah, he had to go run back to the locker room.
Got to go have your jersey on.
Go grab his jersey before he came into the game today.
Trent Forrest doling out assists, double-digit style, 12 in this game. Just 2 turnovers. That's nice. Plus 3 steals. Phil Kofor, I can't speak today. What in the world's going on here? Angola. Each had 9. And Ike, my man Ike, had 4 block shots to go along with 6 points, all on dunks. All on some get you some dunks. That's what you get right there. Oh, Southern Miss. Thanks for showing up. Enjoy it. Appreciate you coming in here, taking your ass beating real quick like, and not making this a long, drawn-out affair. We're ready to get back on the air. By the way, the next chance you'll get to see Florida State attempt to extend the winning streak at home, which is now, of course, 27 in a row, as I said, will be January 3rd at 7 o'clock. That's when North Carolina comes to town. The Tar Heels got exposed at the Dean Dome against Wofford out of the Southern Conference. Wofford.
I believe they pronounce it Wofford.
Wofford. Whip. 79-75. And, well, what the hell? That is rather remarkable. Tom, we're going to keep that winning streak going with a win over North Carolina.
This must be my damn lucky day.
That'll be 28 in a row. And we'll just be chewing about.
Woo!
I am ready for, without question, I am ready for the conference season to get underway. I'm ready to start playing top-tier ACC opponents. I've enjoyed the 11-1 record in all seriousness. We thought Florida State would go 11-1. They couldn't. We said, you can't go worse than that because it's not a strong non-conference. So don't go worse than 11-1. We just misplaced the loss. We thought the loss would come on the road at the time against a top 5 ranked Florida team. Instead, we extended our winning streak over Florida, as we do in most things these days, and then lost to Oklahoma State by a point.
Woo!
That's for the Florida part of the equation.
That's how that happened. They were that close, 1 point away or 2 points away from being undefeated in the non-conference, which that's a joyous deal there. I would take that. We have football tonight. We got a bowl game tonight. We got the NFL tonight. All right.
The NFL, it's Thursday. That's, man,
What's
we
wrong with
have
you? You
entered
didn't know?
the part of the year, which is to say the end of the year where I don't know which day it is anymore.
Willie Taggart spoke to the press today, and I first of all, I like listening to Willie talk. Maybe it's just because it's new, and it's a different voice, different tone, different rhythm, all of that. I just like it. I find myself locked in when Willie's talking. But he sent some messages today, some very clear, obvious messages today sent to his team, the fans, individual players, in my opinion. Here's Willie Taggart talking with what I think. Well, first of all, it's an Ira question. Give Ira credit here. You won't hear him in this, but go ahead and play this clip. We'll talk about this in a second.
Like I told him, it's plenty of time to learn that playbook right now. We got some unfinished business that we got to take care of, and with Francois, we've had a chance to talk and again talk about our vision and talk about what I expect of him as the quarterback on the football team. And right now, I just want him to be around this football team and be with his teammates and be supportive with his teammates and finish the season. And it's really important that these guys go out and finish this season the way they know they're capable of and give us some positive momentum going into the offseason. It's going to be a long time since we play a football game, and we want to make sure we're going out on the right note. So I want to make sure those guys are focused, more importantly, on each other and being a team and being there for each other. And I want him to, even though he can't play, but being out there with his teammates and being around them and being encouraging to all of them.
Yeah, well, that's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, he's obviously addressing the situation that occurred towards the end of the season when DeAndre Francois was not there supporting his team. Instead, he was in Orlando Snapchatting with Devontae Phillips. So, that was an embarrassment, and it was yet another sign that Jimbo Fisher had checked out. It's my understanding he wasn't even aware that DeAndre wasn't there until much later in the afternoon, which, what the hell? But again, you're talking about a situation that allowed for that situation happened, and it's not a good message. It's not a good form of leadership from your quarterback or a quarterback, and so. Being that Willie was a former quarterback, of course, and that he wants the competition to be at its best, he's sending messages directly to DeAndre Francois. And there's just, and I'm not trying to dismiss some of what Willie Taggart just said, but the stuff in the middle is just mealy-mouthed nonsense. Whether they win this game or lose this game is irrelevant. It really is. As to what happens next year, it doesn't mean a thing. But coaches say that. They have to say that. It sounds good to the fans. And you'd rather win a game. You're going to play it. You might as well win it. But I understand, when you start throwing around things like positive momentum that could be gained from a bowl, nonsense.
Well, and Willie was asked about quarterbacks in general a little bit earlier in the press conference and talked about leadership and how necessary it is to be a leader. So that's the direct talking to DeAndre Francois through the microphone and the camera.
Yeah, used his name.
But there was indirect talking to as well. It's clear, man, that there's going to be some kind of accountability with number 12 that there was not previous.
Well, without question, and I think that Willie, who played quarterback, of course, and cherished it and loves the game and loved playing the game and had he been able to, would have kept playing the game at the next level, just wasn't physically good enough. I guess when it's tough. It's interesting that there's a similarity between him and Jimbo in that regard. Just kind of undersized guys who excelled at their levels, both at quarterback, and they know the responsibility that comes. That's something they very much have in common, is that they understand. That's why it was so stunning that Coach Fisher kind of answered the way that he did when he was asked about DeAndre Francois' absence at the end of the year. When he was asked that question, it was a ridiculous answer. He knows better. He would have never allowed for that to happen. Especially being a quarterback, he knows you can't do that. So, yeah, that is obviously Willie Taggart addressing that situation. Here is Willie Taggart talking about his time out at practice and kind of what he's observed and what he's already instituted.
Well, I think this job, I think this game, and just life in general, as tough as it is, and sometimes we forget to have fun doing what we're doing. And I think it's really important that our guys are having fun doing this. They put in a lot of work. They spend a lot of time with each other, and sometimes you get so caught up in winning you forget to have fun with each other. And I want to make sure our guys are having fun, but also working and competing in everything we do, and from a music standpoint, if you just see these kids nowadays, you can walk down the road, they got a headphone on, they got earphones on. They like music. It kind of helps them focus. It's like the craziest thing ever. But it's the world we live in now. And, again, the first day, and I need some juice too. I mean, I can't be bored, but the first day it was kind of dead, and it was hard to watch. And I needed it more than they did, but it was great to see the difference the next practice, just how they were flying around and starting, seemed like they were having a little fun flying around, but more important, it seemed like they were enjoying practice, and it's crazy how something that small can just make a difference. And again, it's not necessarily going to make you play better, but if it's going to help you focus and get you to play with some passion and some enthusiasm and great effort, then we're going to do whatever we can to make sure that our guys are giving us that.
Once again, not a veiled message. He thought the atmosphere there had grown cold and sterile, and people were afraid to make mistakes. And I think you see immediately he comes in and goes, what the hell is going on with this broken-ass group? These kids don't want to be here. Everybody's walking on eggshells. Nobody's having fun. You would think they don't want to play football. And when things are broken, when a relationship dissolves, and we know this, you can apply it to your life. If it's a personal relationship with a friend or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, when things are broken, sometimes you're immersed in it and you can't even see. It takes somebody else to come in and go, man, you get that friend that pulls you aside and says, are you guys all right? Because this doesn't look good. This isn't a good vibe. You're not talking to each other. You don't talk, I don't see the look into each other's eyes ever. There doesn't seem to be any real communication going on. You never laugh. What's going on here? Well, take that example and apply it to a team that's just falling out of love, right?
This ain't C-SPAN. It's football.
Let's go. And it's fun to hear him talk like that and assess that right off the bat. And listen, again, he said it in the piece, and I appreciate this because while it comes across as, taking shots at the guy that was just here, I don't really think it's meant to be that. It is noting that clearly things had dissolved to a place where nobody was having fun and everybody was kind of on edge. But when he notes that, hey, look, I need it too. He's been real busy. He's tired, and then talking about allowing them to play music and practice and have fun with it. He's talking about, I need that too. It's been tough. Let's have a little fun here because he knows this is a transitional period. He needs to liven the group up and infuse some enthusiasm into what they do, and he's selling a vision, and all of that's true too. But they're playing Southern Miss and Shreveport. This isn't – you're not playing in the playoffs.
But in a sense, there's such an opportunity here, and he said that in the interview with you yesterday, that, again, it's rare for him to come into a situation. In fact, it's never happened, where the team he's taking over is playing in a bowl game.
Yeah.
So he gets to evaluate, but he also gets – I know what he said, that, they're not instilling mental reps or anything like that.
Yeah.
But, man, he's there. He's there.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
he's interacting. There has to be on some level an interaction. And so because the opponent is such a blasé type of – it's Shreveport, perfectly personified. Mm-hmm. He has a chance to make his own mark in a unique way, because if they were preparing for a mid-level bowl, an upper-level bowl,
big deal, yeah.
It ain't about him. He would just be kind of presiding over and watching, and let's see what they do. But in this instance, it's Southern Miss. You're playing in Shreveport. So let's change the culture kind of in this
you got to take the opportunity.
Way.
Yeah.
And then I could talk about the blood and guts of day-to-day preparation, in spring when it's actually time.
Yeah, and players know they're being watched, and to some degree, certain coaches fighting to stay on a staff do too, and they're that's not lost on anybody. So they're gonna be a little pep in this step. Here he is again. This is Coach Taggart talking about getting to know players. And Safid, good job, buddy. You had a good day today at the press conference, I thought. There's a question from him. You won't hear him here, but here's Willie Taggart talking about getting to know the players.
I have a list of numbers and can get their names and being able to watch and evaluate those guys, but also just pulling guys aside and just talking to them, getting to know them, where they're from, and their family background, and what they're majoring in, and just all the little things of getting to know them. But it's been pretty cool because a lot of the guys have come up to me, and getting to know me and talking to me, and that's pretty cool. That hadn't really happened when I've taken over other programs so fast, But I think it's unique here now because I get to see these guys practice. And that hadn't been the case before, But it's cool. To sit in your office and guys come by and, hey, Coach, are you busy? No, never too busy for you guys, But being able to just sit down and talk with them and seeing, again, the glow in their eyes and the excitement of coming to talk to me. And usually guys are a little intimidated. It's the new guy, and you don't know what Coach is thinking. But these guys have been great, just coming and talking and asking questions, and as a coach, you want that, and I want all our guys to want to come and talk to me, and like I always tell them, I can't help if I don't know, and usually they don't come if they don't feel comfortable with you. So it's cool that they're starting to get comfortable and coming up to me and talking. That helps build the relationships that we need.
How are you doing remembering names? I'm sure it's a lot of names you're in your bank the last 2 years.
Yeah, usually I'm good with the last name, or I call them Buddy until I find out. But like I tell them all, they want me to remember their name. They got to do something, So, but it's coming along. I'm getting there, and actually I can get there a little quicker now because I'm again watching practice and seeing guys and. I know when you see guys make plays, you tend to know those guys' name a little better.
Without question. Do you ever get the sense, by the way, listening to that's Coach Taggart, and we haven't heard much from Coach Taggart. I did do my interview with him this week, and that was fun, and he's now addressing the press, so you get a little bit more interaction. We had that one press conference when he first took the job. But do you get the sense, by the way, Tom, that there is there are guys, coaches are unique in a lot of ways. And if you've ever played sports, you certainly know what I'm talking about here. There's a guy whose outward expression and interaction with people that aren't on the team, people that aren't coaches, people that aren't directly impacting their players sound one way. But underneath, you can hear what probably is the other side of him. There's a sternness and an expectation and sort of a in the midst of that message where he's kind of just, hey, listen, I'm out there. I tend to remember last names, and if I don't know, I just call him Buddy. But I also remember people's names when they make plays. When you hear him say that, that's the other side. That's the guy that will yell at a dude and is a guy that is going to say some things that'll hurt your feelings. And it's funny because he's so low-key and soft-spoken and calm in his delivery.
I know you have to hear the noise in the microphone. I'm sorry, but that's just the way he is because he's so down low when he's talking.
He's just
that you got to jack up the sound.
Really kind of patient with what he's trying to express, and there's no real urgency to that. And yet you can hear just underneath the other side of Willie Taggart. And it comes out in these moments where he says things like that. Well, if you want me to remember your name, I'll make plays. Like these are the kinds of things, the digs and the harsh aspects that a coach has to bring to the table.
Yeah, but he doesn't hide from it even when you were asking him yesterday about, it's my job to out-recruit you.
Yeah.
That's pretty
cold.
Your
job to keep the job.
That's cold because, a lot of times, and I think in some cases it is reality, that a coach will bond with a player specifically and say, you're my guy and you're going to be good,
right.
And we're going to take care of you while you're here. Whereas he says, yeah, absolutely we will. But you know what? Next year when I go out and recruit the same position, I'm going to try to
find somebody who's better than you.
That's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And they're going to take your job unless you're willing to grow.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. But see, that straightforwardness, now a lot of coaches have that, especially those that are great recruiters. So it's not surprising to hear him say that. That direct, brutal honesty is, Jimbo was a great recruiter. And I always asked him about that. I've asked him numerous times about what he thought was unique about his style of recruiting. And he says, I think young men have so many accolades thrown upon them, especially if they're talented athletes at a young age, which most of these guys are. They were always their best player on their baseball team, their little league team, or whatever it was, right? And they get told how great they are constantly. But deep down, kids want to be disciplined. And they want expectations, and they want goals, and they want order, and they want to know what's real and what isn't. Because it can get confusing out there when teachers and your fellow students and your parents and your friends all say that how great you are. Nobody's ever there to say it ain't good enough. Let me tell you something. That guy right there is better than you. There's somebody working harder than you unless you get it and they want that deep down, whether they know it or not. So that brutal honesty is necessary, and he's got it, obviously. Your great recruiters do.
Well, and Jimbo had a similar message where he said the best players are going to play.
Yeah, that's
you could be a freshman, and the best players are going to play. Now, towards the end, I think one of the criticisms and frustrations is that wasn't always the case.
That's correct.
That it wasn't always merit-based. But certainly on the way up, you're damn right it was. Oh, you're damn right it was.
Well, and I think kids just expect that. If you give me that, if you give me a chance, because most of these guys are supremely confident. Because they've been great for their whole life, they expect that in any competition they're going to win it, especially if it's involved, running, jumping, hitting, those kinds of things. So, yeah, you tell any kid, hey, listen, you're going to get a chance. You're going to get an opportunity. They think in their mind, oh, well, that's all I need. I don't care who's there. That 5-star you got there, no, he ain't me. That's their attitude, right? Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Landowners, only Mahindra, the makers of the toughest utility vehicles on earth, can give you the best year-end deal on earth. So let us show you how to get tax savings on your new Mahindra XTV and get cash back and savings up to $2,500 on select clearance models. Plus, get a free roof and Mahindra's 3-year warranty.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough, like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck. Always enough, I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men on a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Junior Buick GMC. You'll deal with people you know, like, and trust, and get the honest, friendly service you deserve. That's why our customers will tell you there's no better car buying experience in town. Visit us today at 1850 Capitol Circle Northeast or online at DaleJuniorBuickGMC.com. And remember, you too can be a Hendrick driver.
Can't decide between fresh steak, seafood, or wings? Well, Miller's Ale House on Appalachia Parkway has it all. From center-cut sirloin and original pastas to fresh salads and favorites like Miller's Signature Zingers, tossed in your favorite sauce. Miller's Ale House has a full-service bar featuring more than 75 beers, plus wine and liquors. Bring the family to watch the big game inside or on their covered patio on one of over 60 HD TVs. However you come to relax, you will have a good time and great food at Miller's Ale House on Appalachia Parkway.
It's that time of year again where you have to shop for the naughty and the nice. Make it easy. Super Lube it and get rewarded with a free oil change. Right now, visit any of the 19 area Super Lube locations, buy 3 oil changes, and get one free. Keep it or give that free oil change to a car lover on your list. Hurry in and make shopping easy with a free oil change from Super Lube. You'll be glad you did.
They change more oil in just 10 minutes. Boy, this place is sure convenient. How I love to Super Lube my car, lube my car. How I love to Super Lube my car. Yes, sir.
Tired of your normal 2-piece kit? Build your own kit with Makita and Cornerstone Tool and Fastener. Buy a 5-amp-hour starter pack and choose 2 free bare Makita tools. If all you need is an impact driver and recip saw, then that is your kit. You also receive a 3-year warranty on lithium-ion tool and battery. Check out other Makita residential construction specials as well. Cornerstone Tool and Fastener is also your home for OSHA-compliant dust solutions for all your concrete needs. Cornerstone Tool and Fastener, 1110 Stuckey Ave and 3269 Crawfordville Highway. Tallahassee location open Saturdays, 8 a.m. to noon.
The holiday season is officially here, and Harry's is bringing back their biggest deal ever to Clayman Plaza in downtown Tallahassee. Check out Harry's featured limited holiday specials. Harry's Holiday Trio includes a grilled medallion filet topped with fried lobster and shrimp and accented with a New Orleans sherry cream sauce, all accompanied by their classic mashed potatoes and green beans. You have to try the blackened brie, a velvety brie cheese topped with Harry's Creole cranberry chutney, served alongside buttered crostinis. And don't forget to scoop up some holiday gift cards. For every $100 in Harry's gift cards you purchase, they will give you a $30 bonus gift card for free. Visit Harry's downtown in Clayman Plaza, or for more info, go online at hookedonharrys.com.
Good times, and all the flavor of New Orleans at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio. Happy holidays. We're off tomorrow and all of next week. Real quick, it's got to be a hell of a thing to be a punter and declare early. You just know you're a badass. It's got to be cool. You're talking to like a running back or a wide receiver, and you're like, yeah, I'm thinking about going declaring early as well. Well, Michael, I mean, you're a punter. Yeah, but I'm a badass. I'm going to go ahead and leave here early. I'm going to ride out. Texas punter Michael Dixon said exactly that. He won the Ray Guy, averaged almost 49 yards a punt. Peace out. I'm going to take it to the league. That makes sense to me. You don't really need to stay in school if you're a good punter. I mean, you're not going to improve your draft stock.
No, unless you want to, unless you're having a good old time.
Yeah, but you're loving college. But you probably don't even reap the benefits that, say a quarterback does. So that's not really an allure for you. And you're never going to outdo 49 or 48.5 yards per punt. It's time to take it on down the road, baby. You're going to get drafted where you get drafted. And if somebody's dumb like the Bucs, they'll draft a kicker in some cases and right there in the second round.
The thing about punters, though, is they're regarded more as football players than kickers.
Yeah, because sometimes they got to make tackles.
Yeah.
And, it's a toughie. If you've got a lethal punter, the guy that, gives you that deadly combination of hang time and distance, you change games. You just straight win games. I mean, the famous story of Florida State at Florida.
Sean Powell
having a day for the ages, and that Florida fan going, well, good Christ, man. We're kicking from our 15, and they end up with the ball in their 20. This ain't going to get it done.
The benefits of an open-air press box.
Oh, it's fun stuff. Yeah, but it's true. In the NFL, man, not too many games feature offenses that routinely put together 10 to 15 play drives. Field position's a big freaking deal in the NFL.
I think about that fan often because that's a good fan. He knows about nuances and field position.
Yeah.
And he's being irked for the right reasons.
Right.
Not because, why do they keep running it up the middle?
Right. No, he knows the game.
Yeah.
He knows that guy is making it impossible for us to mount a comeback because our offense is garbage.
All right, 3 good punts. Now it's 4th and 7 from their 11. Yeah. Here we go.
We're going to have good field position.
Good stop.
He sees it soaring over the returner's head. He's like, well, sweet Jesus. Ray Guy over here has just decided to kick it to our 10.
Fields it at his 27. He's tackled at the 31.
Yeah.
And he knows his offense is terrible.
Terrible. They're not going 60 yards. He knows it.
You might be able to luck into...
meaning to get in field goal range.
Right. You might be able to luck into 2 first downs, but you're not covering that kind of ground.
He knows it.
Damn it!
There have been more lopsided affairs, it seems like. Every time I look up and I'm watching one of these bowl games, somebody's dropping 50-plus on somebody. I'm a more bowls, not less bowls kind of guy. There was an article I read in the Wall Street Journal the other day. The guy was talking about, he calls them zombie bowls, like the people aren't there, nobody cares they're going on. They're just like, oh, it's a game, and people are just mindlessly staring off it. But he said they have a use. His point was, he goes, if you go to a cocktail party, this is the time of year where you end up at parties you don't want to be at because Ted's having one and Mary's got to go because Ted's the boss, and then you're Mary's significant other, so you got to go. So we all end up at these parties where you're going, oh, this is ridiculous. I don't know anybody here. This sucks. I could be home chilling. But if there's not a game on in the background, like any game, one of these games, like Western Kentucky and Georgia State, you're stuck talking to strangers you don't care about nonsense.
Yeah, Lyle's going to talk to you about politics.
Right, and you're going, okay, oh, look at that, Western Kentucky just scored. Like, you have an interest. I had a friend go to Western Kentucky. You just find a way.
Mm-hmm.
You find a way. So these games, like 51-10, here's the deal. Again, I'm in favor of more bowls, not less bowls, but I do think we need to talk to these bowl committee people and say, can we get a matchup here, man? You've put together 51-10, which was Louisiana Tech over SMU last night. FAU beat Akron 50-3.
Okay, yeah, but you know what the crazy thing was? Last night, SMU was favored nearly minus 200 on the money line. Their quarterback threw 2 pick sixes in the first half, another pick to put them at the 20-yard line. I mean, but this was a crazy confluence of events. I might be in a bowl confidence pool. I may have had moderate confidence in this game.
Nope.
It wasn't a 40 play. It was a 19 play. Everyone expected. It's everybody's 41 play, the FAU game. Because if you look at,
there's a home game.
It's
and
a home
much
game,
better team.
and they're better.
Akron sucks.
But if you could get the action, you know what it was? It was minus 2,000. That's what it was.
Wow.
To play FA. So that one was a foregone conclusion.
I like where your head's at, man. It's so beautiful. You sink straight into degenerate, and I'm going to do that for you right now. Tonight's a live dog.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight's a live dog. This is a game that you're going to kind of want to take a good look at here. Florida International could beat Temple. It wouldn't shock me at all. Butch Davis' crew makes this happen. 8 o'clock tonight, Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, baby.
A little Gasparilla action.
I'm going to watch it. Ooh. When is the Gasparilla thingy?
It's the same weekend.
Concert. Yeah.
No, that's Gasparilla Music Festival.
Yes,
that doesn't happen until March.
No, I thought so, but I wanted to know what weekend that was because we're going. That's going to be fun.
It's like the 10th, something like
good
that.
Good times.
Yeah.
No show that Friday. So anyhow, So
well,
you get
Spoon started the segment.
Yeah,
they're playing.
They're playing.
Yeah.
Father John Misty to boot. It's going to be awesome. On Friday, tomorrow, right there, 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful day to start your day, right? A little lunch action. You got UAB in Ohio, Central Michigan and Wyoming at 4.
Oh, yeah.
I actually am kind of excited about Central Michigan.
That game's
and
a coin flip. That was a pick'em.
Albertson Stadium, Boise, Idaho.
We mentioned that.
Yeah, they're going to be there at Albertson Stadium. Again, those poor folks at Boise.
We haven't canceled that game yet, have we? We're on the precipice of playing that football game.
I have held out hope for so long that this is going to get done, that this is going to happen. And I know that I'm going to get screwed. I know it's never going to happen. It's kind of like I'm not destined at any point to ever go to the Masters. But this is it. I'm telling you now, Tom. We are this close to being able to head out to Boise.
Buddy, that is complete BS. Of course you can go to the Masters. You work for SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio. You can get credentialed through that.
I'm going to the Masters this year. I just said that. Because in my past, I've gotten screwed.
Okay.
But this year, I'm going. I'm actually going.
Yeah.
No, but I'm going to go do the show from there, live.
Oh, you're going to do the show there?
Well, I'm going to do the PGA Tour show I do.
Okay.
But I could do this one, too.
Sure.
I'm grandfathering this show in with the PGA Tour.
Listen, you need an on-site engineer. It's different equipment.
Well, I'm going to work that angle, Tom. We could all be there together.
There you go.
How about that?
Come on.
A lot of fun.
You could do it. Coach can do it, too.
Well,
Trey,
Coach
we go way back. What are we talking about
Well,
here?
Coach is in for that. But, the badges, the way those things work, man, the golfers themselves, I don't want to. I'm talking out of school. The point is, we're going. I'm going for sure. I'm going to try to fight to get
As
you
I
there.
produce the program from up there, I will wear the caddy's outfit because I'm the caddy of the Jeff Cameron Show, so I'll have the huge white overall uniform.
Saturday's a game I'm really looking forward to, Texas Tech and South Florida. That should be a good game.
Live dog there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still a dog, Texas Tech?
I don't know. I didn't check today.
A lot of smart money on Texas Tech right now.
I like Texas Tech to win the game. Yeah, and you know what else? I hate to say this. I'm really saddened by the fact that I think San Diego State's just going to punish Army.
It's okay.
But
they got the one that mattered.
We got our win, and I don't know how that happened.
And the first Armed Forces Trophy or whatever the heck it's called since 1996.
Good win, Army.
Yeah.
Good job, Army. Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Landowners, only Mahindra, the world's #1 selling tractor, can give you the #1 year-end deal. Let us show you how to get tax savings on the toughest tractors on earth and get up to $7,400 in discounts along with Mahindra's 7-year warranty. Plus, get an Emax 22 with mid-mower for just $134 a month.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough, like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck. Always enough, I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
Take advantage of accelerated depreciation on your 2017 tax return. Plus, all new Kraft Nissans come with our exclusive lifetime warranty and 2 years or 20,000 miles of free oil changes. Kraft Nissan on Mahan Drive between Academy Sports and Costco. Price includes dealer preparation charge.
Takeaway beats layaway at JCPenney. Shop now for great gifts everyone will love. For a limited time only, get 6-month special financing on qualifying in-store purchases of $100 or more after discounts with your JCPenney credit card. If you don't have a JCPenney credit card, apply for one today to get this great deal. Hurry in today. Holiday shopping just got easier. JCPenney. Offer valid 12/6 to 12/24. Must request at time of purchase. Credit offer subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. Some exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
Parker Brothers Roofing says don't play games with your roof. Protect your home and your family. The Parker Brothers tell you the truth. We'll fix your roof, 'cause it's what we do. With quality, integrity, and pride. Parker Brothers Roofing, professional every time. Stay safe and dry inside.
Hey, I'm Travis with Parker Brothers Roofing. Some roofers are like a bad boyfriend. They make lots of promises, but in reality, they're just cheap. They don't own up to their mistakes, and they leave you with a lot of regret. Parker Brothers Roofing stands behind every installation, and if a mistake is made, we own it and fix it. Our customers never have to worry about being left behind for the next job. At Parker Brothers, it's quality that builds our quantity. Call us at 656-8112.
Parker Brothers Roofing, professional every time. Stay safe and dry inside.
License number CCC 049350.
Need a place to watch your favorite sporting event? Hobbit American Grill, voted best wings in Tallahassee by Tally Awards 3 years in a row. They have daily lunch specials, all under $9. Happy hour drink specials and happy hour on Friday, 2 p.m. to close. Darts are coming in January to West Pensacola Street. Hobbit American Grill keeps it local with a wide variety of locally crafted beers, plus a full bar. Hobbit American Grill, 3 locations to choose from: 400 Capitol Circle Southeast, 2020 West Pensacola Street, and 5032 Capitol Circle Southwest. Visit them online at myhobbitonline.com.
Landowners, only Mahindra, the makers of the toughest utility vehicles on earth, can give you the best year-end deal on earth. Let Mahindra show you how to get tax savings on your new Mahindra XTV and get cash back in savings up to $2,500 on select clearance models.
North Florida and South Georgia's authorized Mahindra dealer is TNT Super Center, US 19 South in Thomasville, and at TNTSupercenter.com.
Offer with approved credit. See dealer for details. Program restrictions may apply.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Kevin Winter. Developing story into Sports Center about a half hour ago. The National Football League and the NFLPA have agreed to fine the Seattle Seahawks $100,000. The coaching staff and the medical staff must attend remedial training. All of this for violating the NFL's concussion protocol. This stems from the Thursday night game back in week number 10, early November. Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson was hit on the chin. He was knocked silly, went to the medical tent, but before the tent could even be closed, he got up off the table. He mouthed the words, "I'm fine," and then he came back into the game and afterwards even did a post-game interview. Now, the NFL has also said they're still investigating the situation with Texans quarterback Tom Savage from a couple of weeks ago. He was drilled in the end zone. In fact, when he landed, his arms were raised and locked up like a boxer who had been knocked out, yet Savage was still allowed to play a few more plays before being taken out of the game. Chris Paul of the Rockets is now going to miss tomorrow night's game with the Clippers with an abductor injury that he suffered last night.
Domino's extended their carryout offer from Monday to Thursday to every day of the week. Carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 today, tomorrow, or the next day. You get it. It's every day. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may apply.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio. Redemption Thursday on the Jeff Cameron Show is brought to you by Frank's Auto World on West Tennessee Street, ranked by Car Gurus as the best used car dealer in Tallahassee. Check out the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in Tallahassee at franksautoworld.com.
If they ever do move this show, if we ever move to another state, I'm prepared. I'm that guy that lives in Florida that loves winter clothing and winter activities, and so I can't help myself. I'll buy a nice sweater or a cool jacket. I'll start fires in December. If it's 78 degrees outside, I use my fireplace regardless. It's going to happen.
That's you?
I want it to be cold. It needs to be cold. It's part of the season. And when it's not, I just refuse to abide by the rules.
Yeah, my mom has an indoor, gas fireplace. Pretty sweet, though. It's like remote control. I mean, if it gets below 74 outside,
it's a chance.
Oh, it's got the blower, too.
I got the real wood now. I'm not fooling around.
Hey.
We're stacking the wood in there.
There you go.
There we go. I'm lighting it up. If they say anything about it's under 50, I'm like, instantly there's a fire. Kids walk in, well, geez.
You're like PJ Savoy against Southern Miss. You're lighting it up.
There's an article today, ESPN Insider, on the best defensive backs. It's actually, I want to give proper credit. Matt Bowen wrote it. He's really good. You follow Matt. I follow Matt. He does a good job of breaking down defenses and breaking down secondaries in particular. And it's the best defensive backs in every category. Did you see this?
Following Matt Bowen now.
You really should.
No, I don't. Actually.
He's fantastic. You'd love it.
You caught me.
It's really insightful. Yeah, you should go ahead and do that. Let's get on that, Tom. Now, here you go. Defensive back with the best range, Earl Thomas. Best overall cover corner, Casey Hayward from the Chargers. Would you have guessed that? I don't think so. I don't think enough of us on the East Coast see him enough, right?
That's correct. I don't see him enough.
You don't get to see him. Most complete safety, Harrison Smith of the Vikings.
He is
really good.
He's around the football at all times.
Defensive back with the most swag. Who do you think Matt Bowen went with?
Well, I think he went with Old Sassy.
Oh, my man, Old Sassy got in there right away. Yeah. Ramsey plays with an edge. It's a swagger, a supreme level of confidence, and I love it. The young superstar likes to talk, and he's going to mix it up on game days. Go ahead and let him know you own that side of the field. Remember, it's okay to be brash and have fun in this league, especially when you back it up the way Jalen Ramsey does. Honorable mention, Janoris Jenkins. Oh, that's fine. Ramsey's a beast. Most versatile defensive back, Tyrann Mathieu.
Still, huh? Okay.
Slot corner, free safety. He's had 96 snaps as a linebacker this year. Outside corner, strong safety. Look at this. 569 snaps as a slot corner, 145 snaps as a free safety, 96 snaps as a linebacker, 40 snaps as an outside corner, 29 snaps as a strong safety. Lining his ass
does
up.
A nice job at slot corner. But that was the Barron thing, right? I mean, that's what Tampa fans talk about all the time is that we couldn't find a home for Mark Barron after drafting him in the top 10 of whatever that was, the 2012 draft. And now he's found a home, in L.A. where he's being used as a linebacker. Hybrid players.
Yeah.
We were looking at it as a truly, this is a square hole, this is a round hole, this is, an octagonal hole. Here you go. But what we need to be looking at and what teams need to be looking at is, man, Derwin James exists. Cam Chancellor exists. Jalen Ramsey, he exists.
Well, and by the way, the honorable mention for this versatility was LaMarcus Joyner. And it's a hell of a thing for LaMarcus to have the year that he's having because of the hamstring issues. I mean, that looked like a devastating injury.
Well, and coming off of some bad PR, Hard Knocks last year where, he was not pleased with the role under Jeff Fisher's leadership.
As we find out, Jeff Fisher's an ass.
Yes, and LaMarcus thought he should have been featured more, and he gets more time at safety this year. But he could play corner. We know it. We've seen it. And we saw this year that Chris Thompson touchdown. Remember that play?
Oh, yeah. He almost hawks him down. That's insane how fast
running
he
double
is.
the distance as Chris Thompson.
Defensive back with the best press man skills, Jalen Ramsey.
I would have guessed maybe Xavier Rhodes, but okay.
Defensive back with the best closing speed, Trufant with the Falcons. Patrick Peterson still getting it done with the best footwork. Landon Collins, tackling technique. Cam Chancellor against the run. They went on. And Richard Sherman still against best corner playing the run. Best secondary in the league. Overall, Jacksonville. And that, I think you see that week to week. I mean, just watching that defense is pretty special. Xavier Rhodes is mentioned, of course, amongst the game's best as well. So Florida State right now, when you're out recruiting DBs and you think about this recruiting weekend that just happened before, a lot of DBs, a lot of safeties, defensive backs, and obviously you saw what happened last night.
Yeah, again, it should be noted, and that took about 2 hours after the announced time. That was a cluster you-know-what on the West Coast. But Jaden Woodbay, I remembered his first name today.
Good job.
Yeah, he is
fulfilling a dream.
Fulfilling a dream as a 5-star defensive back. The paperwork was signed and filed. Florida State, from the official Twitter account, said, welcome to Jaden Woodbay. So it's all taken care of. But you're not kidding. You look across the country. I mean, coast to coast, Florida State has players in the pros. And I think that matters, too, sometimes.
It does matter. It helps further aid recruiting. In the process, especially segments, you look, when you got 4 and 5 guys in a secondary doing some things, playing, getting drafted very highly, getting paid, yes, it helps, obviously.
But, I mean, I'm talking about in different parts of the country. You got the Northeast with,
balance,
with Philly, and then you got, obviously, Minnesota in the Midwest, LaMarcus Joyner out all the way in the West, and then, of course, here in the home state, you got Jalen Ramsey. And you can add Derwin James to that ledger next year, too, when he goes in the top, 20 of the draft?
Yeah, he'll go in the top 20. And for Derwin, it will be interesting. It's obviously pivotal. It always is. I say it is for any position, for that matter. But it'll be about where he goes and how they want to use him. You and I think that if there's a weakness in his game, it certainly involves covering anybody. I'm not in love with what he does there, but he's so versatile, so strong, so physical. Somebody's going to utilize those skills and that unbelievable athleticism at that size with that length in a proper way.
I feel like he can just be up near the line of scrimmage and play essentially a linebacker position that you list. Whatever you want to list it as, that's what he's great at, because he can trigger downhill. He can obviously involve himself in the pass rush on third and obvious. You can bring a lot of exotic looks with Derwin James near the line of scrimmage. An NFL coordinator is going to find a way to use that guy.
They're going to drool
way we were drooling before this season.
Well, and imagine, though, too, what he looks like at the Combine. I want to go to that Combine to watch him. I mean, I've wanted to actually go to the Combine just to scratch it and knock it off the list. It's not, I'm sure it's a whole lot of hurry up and wait. It's an awful lot of boring sitting around.
Well, they don't let you out there as a media member. That's only for scouts. They put you in a room when a closed circuit television's on. They don't even let you go watch the workouts inside Lucas Oil.
But I would think that, on that note, like going there and setting up shop on a radio row, which they do allow, you'd get guest after guest after guest. It could be a fun show to do. It could be a worthwhile adventure. You could go and obviously you'd get to interview the Florida State players, but imagine you'd get to interview quite a few players and coaches and GMs and those kinds of things. It could be well worthwhile. I want to do it. I want to see what that's about. I know it's freezing cold in Indianapolis that time of year, and you can live with that, but I'd love to give it a go.
It's going to be 75 this weekend. We need to balance it out somehow.
I would, yeah. I mean, can you imagine what Derwin's going to do?
No.
He's a freakish athlete.
No,
freakish.
I can't, because I wasn't reminded enough this year how good an athlete he was.
There were these moments, I don't know.
And is.
Yeah, I mean, there were these moments. I enjoyed, we go back now as we round out the hour. At the beginning of the year, before the season started, I talked with him for SiriusXM, and I really enjoyed that conversation, man. That kid is a fun kid, and he loves the game. And I think he's probably, wherever he goes, is going to have great work ethic, be a good teammate. You're going to get a guy that's going to work at his craft, and he's already supremely gifted. Now, he's not as talented at what he does as some other guys that have preceded him that we look at as freakish athletes. Jalen Ramsey, for example. You knew that translated immediately. We'll see where he goes and how he's used, but you're right. Somebody's going to figure it out. Final hour before the cup. Stay with.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Landowners, only Mahindra, the makers of the toughest utility vehicles on Earth, can give you the best year-end deal on Earth. So let us show you how to get tax savings on your new Mahindra XTV. And get cash back and savings up to $2,500 on select clearance models. Plus, get a free roof and Mahindra's 3-year warranty.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck. Always enough, I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Our monthly winners, check them out at Dale Earnhardt Jr., Buick, GMCCadillac.com.
The holiday season is officially here, and Harry's is bringing back their biggest deal ever to Clayman Plaza in downtown Tallahassee. Check out Harry's featured limited holiday specials. Harry's Holiday Trio includes a grilled medallion filet topped with fried lobster and shrimp and accented with a New Orleans sherry cream sauce, all accompanied by their classic mashed potatoes and green beans. You have to try the blackened brie, a velvety brie cheese topped with Harry's Creole cranberry chutney, served alongside buttered crostinis. And don't forget to scoop up some holiday gift cards. For every $100 in Harry's gift cards you purchase, they will give you a $30 bonus gift card for free. Visit Harry's downtown in Clayman Plaza, or for more info, go online at hookedonharrys.com.
Good times, and all the flavor of New Orleans at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill.
Hi, Chris Kraft for Kraft Nissan, and December is here, and that means huge inventory reduction pricing on remaining 2017 Nissans. New Nissan Versa starting at just $10,995, and discounts on the baddest new truck in America, the Nissan Titan, up to $10,000. The deals are so hot, we ran out of 2017 Rogue S models, but don't worry, Kraft Nissan is going to give you a Rogue SV model for the price of an S, and you pick up a power seat, iKey, and alloy wheels at no charge. I'm telling you, the best selection on remaining 2017 models is now at Kraft Nissan. And you folks that wait each year for the best price on model year closeout, it's here. And if you haven't heard, Kraft Nissan is now a full-line Nissan commercial vehicle dealer. So buy that new Titan, Armada, or NV commercial van, take advantage of accelerated depreciation on your 2017 tax return. Plus, all new Kraft Nissans come with our exclusive lifetime warranty and 2 years or 20,000 miles of free oil changes. Kraft Nissan on Mahan Drive between Academy Sports and Costco. Price includes dealer preparation charge.
Hey, golfers and holiday shoppers, Edwin Watts has the best deals for you and the golfers on your list. Bushnell is the #1 rangefinder in golf, and right now you can save $50 on the Pro X2, Tour V4, and V4 Shift Patriot Packs, and save $50 on the XL watch. Give the gift of distance with TaylorMade's newest irons, P790s and MCGBs. Save on the most complete tour ball, the TP5 and TP5X, now $39.99 a dozen. And gift cards are the perfect pick for the hard-to-shop-for golfer. Buy with confidence at Edwin Watts, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
This is 97.9 ESPN Radio, WTSM, Woodville, Thomasville, Tallahassee.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Kevin Winter. Developing story into Sports Center about a half hour ago. The National Football League and the NFLPA have agreed to fine the Seattle Seahawks $100,000. The coaching staff and the medical staff must attend remedial training. All of this for violating the NFL's concussion protocol. This stems from the Thursday night game back in week number 10, early November. Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson was hit on the chin. He was knocked silly, went to the medical tent, but before the tent could even be closed, he got up off the table, he mouthed the words, "I'm fine," and then he came back into the game and afterwards even did a post-game interview. Now, the NFL has also said they're still investigating the situation with Texans quarterback Tom Savage from a couple of weeks ago. He was drilled in the end zone. In fact, when he landed, his arms were raised and locked up like a boxer who had been knocked out, yet Savage was still allowed to play a few more plays before being taken out of the game. Chris Paul of the Rockets is now going to miss tomorrow night's game with the Clippers with an abductor injury that he suffered last night.
Domino's extended their carryout offer from Monday to Thursday to every day of the week. Carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 today, tomorrow, or the next day. You get it. It's every day. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may apply.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio. Redemption Thursday on the Jeff Cameron Show is brought to you by Frank's Auto World on West Tennessee Street. Ranked by Car Gurus as the best used car dealer in Tallahassee. Check out the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in Tallahassee at franksautowworld.com.
Hour with that music, and it's really our final hour, and it's yeah. You want to do it right?
What have I done?
Well, we're all out of sorts. We're all out of whack. It's okay.
See, I was more.
The holiday has started in your mind as well as, obviously.
Did you say final hour forthcoming or hour number 2 forthcoming?
I said final hour.
Damn it.
This
is all on me.
I did say final hour? Good, I got it right. Yeah, it is on you. Matthew's giving me the, it's Tom.
Well, Merry Christmas to you, Matthew.
All right. Well, go ahead and cue it up. Let's do the right thing here so I can feel better about this. Final hour of the Jeff Cameron Show, at least for this year. I think that's
safe
right.
for a breaking news development, right? Like, I mean, big time? Scandalous or something?
Yeah. No, I don't think we're racing on in here, so that works. Looking forward to it. A little time off, little football watching, a little time with the family like all of you are going to do. I'm Jeff. That's Tom. We're online, ESPNTallahassee.com. That's where you go to listen live via the streaming free always. Don't miss anything, but if you do, got you covered. All 3 hours going to be posted. In this case, all 2 hours will be posted both on iTunes and in our own audio vault. You can always find it there. Email the show. Watch us perform our duties here on YouTube, ESPN Tallahassee on YouTube. Email us, jcs at 979espnradio.com, at J Cameron Show on Twitter. And I think I said the WTSM app works well for your mobile devices. So there it is. Florida State dominates this afternoon. We got a late start on the show. Basketball ruled the day, and this was, after an initial start of about 3 minutes where the two teams were trading points, it became all FSU in a real hurry. If you were out running about, maybe missing this game, you didn't miss much. Florida State went on a huge 23-2 run, basically put the game away at 29-9 at that point. It only got uglier there from there for Southern Miss, as the final here was 98-45. Florida State improves to 11-1 on the year. That will be the record as they move away from out-of-conference action and into conference play. Their next opponent in said conference play will be against Duke, who's number 4 in the country. That game is at Duke on the 30th of December.
Season's greetings.
And Florida State, really a balanced effort here with 17 from Savoy. Nice to see him get started. They made a ton of threes today, one away from a school record, and just no chance for Southern Miss to defend. Trent Forrest had a good game. MJ Walker, Phil Kofer, Ike had a good game. Just Fiondu, good stuff.
It was a get-right kind of Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, and what you look at in that situation is just get the win, whatever, and you move from there. And I mentioned last hour, and I'll mention again here, the next time Florida State plays at home, where they've now won 27 games in a row, is against North Carolina, and I'm sure people will pack the TLC Double C on January the 3rd, 7 o'clock, as North Carolina, top 5 team, rolls into town. North Carolina probably won't be a top 5 team because they just got exposed at the Dean Dome. They lost to Wofford 79-75. That's kind of stunning to see that happen. But, that gives you hope that the winning streak can be sustained.
Wofford's had a nice year. They beat Georgia Tech, who's nothing in the ACC. But still, it's a Power 5 team, and you're Wofford. And then they went on the road and beat North Carolina for the first ranked win in program history.
Is that right? I would have thought Wofford would have snagged a ranked win somewhere along the way.
According to the ESPN2 graphics last night, because I was able to flip over to that game for the final minute or so. I did watch the final moments.
Which is all you really cared about.
That's correct.
That's right. We got NFL football tonight, and then we've got, of course, college football tonight as well as it's bowl games. I do love the bowl games. Don't care, bad matchup or not. I'm in. This is it. You got to gobble them up. Your time is nigh. Soon we will not have the opportunity to watch college football, so I watch.
Woo! That's you turning it on.
Willie Taggart spoke today, and we played some clips earlier. I think he was pretty direct, a lot of fun to listen to today, Tom. Just kind of talking about the fun that he's instilled at practice, livening things up, played the music to boot. The kids are having a good time, and he's evaluating as it goes along. Also sent a little message to his quarterback about leadership. And talked about getting to know the players.
I think my favorite part was actually the practice clip. He had some good one-liners when he's talking about getting to know the players, and I always have time for you, and all that kind of stuff. And that's all fun. And then if you're a good player, I'll remember your first name quicker if you're making plays. But in the practice thing, I just found it funny that he needed the music in practice, and he's not saying that the players all wanted it. They do. But he needed it because the first day he walked into practice and saw how it operated, it was boring and it was dead.
Well, here's the thing. I think he's obviously now kind of worked it so that in his very brief time here, he has instilled a relationship with a lot of these guys that suggests his door is always open and that they can talk to him and they can be honest with him, and he in turn is going to be that way back, and he's not afraid to have fun, and he's doing sort of this trust, engineering trust exercise, basically, like a lot of offices like to do. They go out paintball and all this other stuff. And I get it. It's a good way to start. I am excited for spring, and this is going to be a very difficult offseason. I've already sensed that from the beginning, because when you get a new shiny toy, you want to be able to play with it. You want to see how it operates. You can't wait, and that's all we're going to do, is sitting around waiting. But that is going to be a spring game for the ages, in the sense that how well attended that's going to be. I mean, I keep picturing that party.
Over under 42,500 people at Doak Campbell.
I don't know.
They don't charge full price. Just putting that out there.
Like $5, right? I mean, you just throw it in, isn't it?
Well, they may raise it to 10. Who knows?
I don't know. Probably not a bad idea this time, because people will pay it.
Yeah, raise it and say, hey, if you guys want to commit as fans, let's do a vote on Twitter to a $10 flat price. Then we can expand Coach Taggart's assistant coaching pool to $6 million from $5.5 million.
Already, he made an impact. He was able to flip a five-star kid in the span of 1 week. Now, what you have right now is a dearth of players. The quantity isn't there. We didn't suspect it would be, of course, as this continues, this early signing period continues now, today and tomorrow. But I think that went a long way in a lot of people's eyes, because people were nervous, and they weren't seeing names pop up in the Florida State logo next to them. And they saw that. It happened late last night. And once it did, I think some people relaxed a little bit, understand, just to be able to see that it could be done, that he's that kind of guy that in that short a period of time he could make something like that happen. And now he'll just try to continue down that path, close it out, 15 to 18 players, he said today. Of course, he's still got to put his staff together.
One of the things we loved about Jimbo was that he'd secure so many commitments years out from signing day, plural years.
Yeah.
And what was unique about this situation with Woodbay last night is that he was first contacted by the university, of course, through Willie Taggart, 8 days ago.
Yeah, Jaden Woodbay got contacted by his dream school very late in the process. 8 days.
Or 8 days before he committed, so 9 now. But there you go. Unbelievable that you could turn a 5-star kid into a commitment and signee, not just a commitment, a signee.
Well, I think it's a big deal that you turn a 5-star kid who was wanted by the local team in Southern Cal, who's a name program, and was already verbal to Ohio State. You get him to come across the country. Yeah, that's a big damn deal. But again, that's, one thing I think Willie's doing a good job of here early on is once again reminding everybody that Florida State is Florida State. And I don't think that's an accident, by the way, that he keeps bringing that up. He keeps bringing up time and again, well, this is a dream job, a destination job. This is a place that kids have always wanted to come to. I'm on the right side of that train now. I get to walk through the door wearing this emblem. You walk in with the shirt that says FSU, people take notice, and you get to the front of the line. You notice how he keeps bringing that up. That is not an accident. It's a good job. It is obviously his way of kind of answering what happened with the last guy and some of his complaints. And in this case, I think that's exactly what happened here. Willie's charisma is on display, sure, and that played a part in being able to reach out and get this kid to turn. But in truth, that kid said he grew up a Florida State fan and had always wanted to be contacted and just hadn't been. And so Willie's, doing his due diligence and utilizing the brand that is Florida State and getting guys to turn. Now we'll see how many of them he can. What's left to salvage. We said all along that, look, when you dip as far as 40 or 50 or 70 in the recruiting rankings and you're in flux and you're in the midst of putting together a staff, what's reasonable to expect? My guess is it'd be reasonable when this is all said and done in February to maybe break the top 25, break the top 20. And if that happens, fine, you survive the transition, you survive the hiccup, and then you have a full year to be able to, put in place what you want and get kids and have a huge class next year in the top 5.
Yeah, and as for tomorrow, even though we won't be on the air, expect tomorrow to hear some good news about a four-star corner out of Tampa Bay, last name Bolden, who should be signing to Florida State. And
Isaiah?
Yeah, this will, again, the first name thing. I'm like Willie. I'll learn your first name.
Hey, buddy.
Make a couple of plays.
We're gonna sign this kid out of Tampa. That buddy's pretty good. And anyhow, so Bolden, yes.
Yeah, he'll add his name to the list, and that should conclude, other than maybe Lighton might sign early. He was supposed to sign yesterday. It's not a big deal to him, apparently. He's just committed to Florida State. It's a matter of paperwork. Hey, man, I'm regurgitating what I'm reading.
It's a little showing of the hand there to me. Is what that is. The cards are on the table there, man. That's what the early signing period's for, my man.
This is okay.
No, I'm saying both sides. We just got done talking about this yesterday. That if a coach says we want you, and then doesn't commit to you,
for all I know, he did in the last hour. I mean, I haven't checked on it, but he was just.
I'm not losing sleep over it either. I'm not going to rip the kid. I'm just saying, my man. If you're committed, you're committed. Let's come on down the road. Let's go. Let's get to. I like to have it. Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Landowners, only Mahindra, the world's #1 selling tractor, can give you the #1 year-end deal. Let us show you how to get tax savings on the toughest tractors on earth and get up to $7,400 in discounts along with Mahindra's 7-year warranty. Plus, get an Emax 22 with mid-mower for just $134 a month.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough, like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck. Always enough, I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
GBs. Save on the most complete tour ball. The TP5 and TP5X, now $39.99 a dozen. And gift cards are the perfect pick for the hard-to-shop-for golfer. Buy with confidence at Edwin Watts, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
At Whole Foods Market, we believe in real food. Food that's full of nutrients. Naturally vivid and colorful, fresh and delicious. Food that connects you to your body, to the seasons, and to the natural world. We believe food should nourish you and help you think. It should help you feel calm, clear-headed, and strong. It should help you do more, sleep better, and wake up happier. That's food that lives up to its name. We believe in real food. Whole Foods Market.
Games for Less, the only locally owned and operated gaming store in town, has Tallahassee's largest selection of new and used video games and game systems. The future of video gaming is at Games for Less, where they have both the PS4 and Xbox One. It's time to trade in your old systems and elevate your gaming experience now. Games for Less is also your headquarters for the best in retro gaming. Atari 2600, original Nintendo, Super NES, or Sega Genesis, you name it. They got it at Games for Less. Games for Less, the Super Walmart Shopping Center on Appalachia Parkway. Give them a call today at 850-219-3535. That's Games for Less.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show. Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Since we're not on the air tomorrow, we figured we got to get these in. Although I will say, I don't know if it's necessary anymore at this rate. Let's welcome in Mama if we can, because it's time to make picks. Tom, cue it up, good sir.
And now for another edition of the Family Pick. Nick.
Go to your room! Ma, the meatloaf!
Take it away, Jeffrey.
All right, Mom, you lost both games to me last week. Washington.
Did you see how I lost that one game at the very last second?
Yeah. San Francisco kicked the field goal to beat Tennessee.
Oh, my God. I thought we were going to split. I couldn't believe it.
No split, and I was surprised it was actually that close. I thought San Francisco would blow Tennessee out. But they do win narrowly at the end, and now I'm up 11.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous. If I was a quitter, I would just throw in the towel.
Well, I'm glad you're not a quitter.
I'm trying to do something to redeem myself and win a few games back.
Yeah, you're down 11 now. This has been a whitewashing.
Oh my God, I have never lost, even when back in the Fat Peter days, when I did lose to him, I don't think I've ever been down this many games, ever.
Yeah, my goal is to beat you by 20 or more. So
for God's sake. Well, now that's not happening.
I want to bury you because I lost last year. Yeah. All right.
Listen, it's Christmas time. You better be nice to your mother.
All right. Let's get a couple of these in here. I think these are pretty easy. Indianapolis at Baltimore.
Yes, I'm taking Baltimore.
And Minnesota against Green Bay.
Yeah, now, I'm taking Minnesota because Green Bay, they're out of it, I think, right? So they don't really have anything to play for. So I'm picking Minnesota.
That's correct. All right, so we're even. We're in agreement, I should say, as we head to the weekend. Now let's get to these games. Cleveland is at Chicago.
Yeah, I'm taking Chicago. That's a terrible game.
Detroit's at Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm taking Detroit.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is at Carolina. You're taking Carolina.
I am.
Atlanta is at New Orleans.
Yeah, now that's a hard game, but I believe I'm taking New Orleans at New Orleans.
Yeah, me too. The Rams are at Tennessee.
I'm taking the Rams.
Buffalo's at New England.
Who's at New England?
Buffalo.
Oh, no, New England. I'm taking New England.
Miami's at Kansas City.
I'm taking Kansas City.
Chargers.
I think they're back on track now.
Yep. Chargers are at the Jets.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Denver's at Washington in a dreadful game.
It is a dreadful game. I'm taking Washington. I don't really know why. I should probably pick Denver. They're at home, but I don't know.
Denver's at Washington.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I'm taking Washington.
Yeah, I am too. Jacksonville's at San Francisco.
Okay, now this is my question. Jacksonville has clinched the division, right?
Yes. They've clinched the play. Yes.
So now, this win, if they beat San Francisco, do they get something like home field advantage or a bye or anything?
They're still fighting for advantages. Hold on a second. Tom's going to issue a correction, I think.
Okay, so here's the situation. They have a tiebreaker over Pittsburgh.
Right.
Because they beat Pittsburgh head-to-head. They're a game behind the Steelers, so they have every incentive to keep playing this week and next.
Right, but in their division, they've won their division.
They won the division, but they're playing for a bye at this point.
Yeah, they're playing for a bye, yeah.
Okay, that's my question. Did they have anything to play for? Okay, then I'm taking Jacksonville.
Yeah, they do have something to play for. And I'm telling you what, I am torn on this. I'm going to take San Francisco.
I know. I was torn too.
I'm going to take San Francisco to upset Jacksonville.
Okay.
Tom, we got a difference. She took Jacksonville. I took San Fran. He's writing it on the big board. I'm been on a roll with San Fran. I'm going to stick with him. Jacksonville's the better team, obviously.
Yeah, those sorry suckers. I'm serious at them. I hope they lose by a ton.
Yeah.
Come on, Jacksonville.
Giants are at Arizona.
Yeah, the Giants are at Arizona. I think I'm taking Arizona.
Seattle's at Dallas.
Yeah, now that's a game. That's a hard game. I think I'm taking Dallas though, because Seattle's kind of depleted, and anyway, and I got mad at Seattle after they acted terrible that one game. So I've got Dallas.
Pittsburgh's at Houston.
Pittsburgh.
And Oakland is at Philadelphia. Well, we only have one game different. That's not going to help you since there's 11 games that you need to make up. But
I know, but I'm going to be only down 10 after this weekend.
I did go out on a limb and take the underdog. There's no doubt. I took an underdog, but I like my underdog status here. I'll take San Fran, and they'll upset Jacksonville, and that'll be the end of the chances for a bye for Jacksonville. So that'll be that. All right. I love you, Mama.
All right. I love you, too. I'll see you soon. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Mama.
All right, see you soon. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, no, I know I'm taking the underdog there. San Francisco's got a little vibe to them these days. A little something to them.
Got some chutzpah.
Yeah, they do. And they got really good quarterback play. And that's a team flying across the country, Jacksonville, is to take on San Fran. So I kind of think San Francisco is going to be a problem for people. We said, when they got hot 2 weeks ago, they started looking like a different team. And I thought, man, they're gonna somehow affect the playoff race. They're going to do something. And this is their chance.
They could. They could give Jacksonville a big run if Jacksonville is celebrating, having the division clinched. But
it's just that they got to go on the road with, a quarterback that's playing way over his head. I don't see him continuing to do that.
That's true. But San Francisco this week had a lot of trouble running the ball against Tennessee, which they're good at stopping the run. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And then Marquise Goodwin, their star receiver with Garoppolo, suddenly emerged. Back issues. He should be playing, but he's taking a couple of days off this week.
I'm gonna need him to play.
Yes, that's correct.
I'm gonna need him to play. Let's make sure your back is all good to go. Let's make sure it happens. Other than that, I think these are kind of straightforward games, aren't they? Arizona and the Giants is an ugly game. Denver and Washington, ugly game. Chargers, Jets, Dolphins, KC, Buffalo, New England. Just a lot of straightforward games.
Yeah, I think Atlanta, New Orleans, obviously, is a highlight game for this weekend.
Game, yeah.
And then there will be a lot of desperation for Seattle and Dallas because those two teams are tied in the standings. And Dallas out of nowhere, not really if you were watching the standings and looking at the schedule for the next few weeks, but I was figuring on the Rams beating Seattle last week.
Which they did,
and then some. Dallas has an inside track here if they went out because you have a head-to-head against Seattle, and then you look at the Atlanta situation. You figure Atlanta's not going to go 2-0 in these last 2 weeks against New Orleans and Carolina, right?
I don't.
So the Cowboys are right there to make the playoffs, and Zeke comes back, obviously. But Seattle gave up a ton of yards to Todd Gurley last week, so there's desperation. They're on the road.
They're also decimated by injury. They got all kinds of problems. The people that are playing for them are hurt too. I mean, this is
they are, but Dallas's defense isn't that great, and Russell Wilson can do magical things.
I agree.
So that's going to be a fun game to watch on Sunday.
It is. I will be watching, and hopefully we aren't sitting there thinking about, because we won't be talking about it next week since we're not on. But if we were, hopefully we would not have to be talking about solely the officiating and or the review process or the stupidity of the rules. Because each of the last 3 weeks, I think that's been what carried the day on a Monday.
Well, what's going to happen is they're going to have an okay weekend this weekend because we take, some days off next week.
Right.
And then in week 17, there's going to be controversy. So when we return to the airwaves
we have
after
to talk
New
about
Year's, we have
that.
to talk about it. Yeah.
playoffs have a chance to be really good because I don't think that I can identify a team that I am surefire is dead set on believing that they can win it all or that they would win it all. You know, I mean, there are a lot of teams that could.
Oh, man.
New England's very gettable. Let's face it, they weren't the better team against Pittsburgh. They had no business winning the game. They didn't deserve to win the game. But they won the game. And so they're New England and they're going to play well, but they're gettable, imminently gettable.
The NFC in particular is really, really fascinating. I mean, just list these teams out. Well, how about this? Look at the divisions and the teams that are likely going to win the divisions.
New England's going to win the division, imminently gettable. Pittsburgh is going to win the North, obviously, gettable. Good team, though. I think that Pittsburgh team's very good. Jacksonville's got a great defense. Don't trust their quarterback in the playoffs. We'll see. And then in the West, the Chiefs are a game up on the Chargers. You got Philadelphia, obviously Nick Foles at quarterback. They were the most complete team, and I think I would have felt pretty good about them with Carson Wentz. But obviously with him out now, they nearly lost to the damn Giants. Minnesota, I like Minnesota. We keep waiting for Case Keenum to wake up and remember he's Case Keenum. Saints, like the Saints, not overwhelming, just a good football team. And the Rams.
Well, yeah, and again, look at the NFC in particular. Look at those division champions.
Oh, yeah, Saints,
Philly,
Rams, Philly. Yeah.
0 for 4, most everybody would have gone. Preseason predictions of who's going to win the division in the NFC. Philly, not expected to win the NFC East. New Orleans, certainly not expected to win the NFC South. The Rams, really?
Yeah,
in the West?
No, I liked the Rams, but I didn't think we didn't know Goff was going to be this good.
Hell no. We didn't know that Goff was going to be that good. And then in the North, you would have figured on Green Bay. That's who you pencil in every single year, and it's Minnesota. So those are your 4 division champions, and then you have a pool of Carolina. Like, who wants to play Carolina on a week that Cam's playing well?
Well, and Carolina and New Orleans are tied at 10-4, right now. And, yeah, that would be – you're right. That's perfect for the fan that doesn't have a team involved. So as a Bucs fan, we fit the bill. I mean, I can see scenarios by which any one of those teams comes out of there.
Right, and Atlanta is average, but they're dangerous in a given week. You're matching up with them in the playoffs. Like if Freeman goes off and Ryan's feeling it, they still have Julio Jones that they never use, but I mean, he's Julio freaking Jones. And then if Dallas sneaks in, you got Zeke Elliott, that offensive line, ball control, and I mean, good Lord. The NFC is anybody's race with Carson Wentz going down.
Yeah, and I will say this, though, again, I like that Jacksonville defense against anybody. They're going to be in any game because of that defense in the AFC. And Kansas City and the Chargers or whoever comes out of there isn't any good. They're okay, whatever. They're New England, you think, but I think Pittsburgh's as good, if not better, than New England. So there's some questions about that as well. That's exciting. By the way, the Baltimore Ravens, after they win this weekend, are going to be 9-6.
Correct. They'll be 9-6. They'll be in a race with Tennessee and Buffalo. But Tennessee's going 8-8, man.
Tennessee's garbage. If you watch Tennessee, they're not very good.
Agreed. If they make it, they're going to get smoked.
They got quarterback issues, so we'll see. It's a bit of a problem. Come back, wrap it up momentarily. Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Landowners, only Mahindra, the makers of the toughest utility vehicles on Earth, can give you the best year-end deal on Earth. So let us show you how to get tax savings on your new Mahindra XTV and get cash back and savings up to $2,500 on select clearance models. Plus, get a free roof and Mahindra's 3-year warranty.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck. Always enough, I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin, Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Great deal. Hurry in today. Holiday shopping just got easier. JCPenney. Offer valid 12/6 to 12/24. Must request at time of purchase. Credit offer subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. Some exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
This Day in Sports brought to you by Superlube. Superlube, 19 Tallahassee area locations. Quick, convenient, no appointment necessary.
This day in sports history. December 21st, 1891. Dr. James Naismith created the game of basketball in Springfield, Massachusetts. He designed the game to occupy a class of disagreeable male students at the Springfield YMCA. They were bored with the calisthenics and the children's games in their gym class. The first game involved 18 men and had peach baskets as hoops.
It's that time of year again where you have to shop for the naughty and the nice. Make it easy. Superlube it and get rewarded with a free oil change. Right now, visit any of the 19 area Superlube locations, buy 3 oil changes, and get 1 free. Keep it or give that free oil change to a car lover on your list. Hurry in and make shopping easy with a free oil change from Superlube. You'll be glad you did.
They change my oil in just 10 minutes. Boy, this place is sure convenient. How I love to super lube my car, lube my car. How I love to super lube my car. Yes, sir.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
All right, so this is it before the holidays. No show tomorrow. I'm going to finish up my Christmas shopping. I know you leave tomorrow to head down to the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, going to Palm Harbor.
You still have Christmas shopping to do, too.
I do. However, I did come to the consensus during the show hours today with the powers that be back at the Hacienda that the best thing to do for my nieces and nephews in Atlanta, gift codes, man. Just get them gift codes so they can get their own thing. You know, GameStop gift codes. They love the video games. Hopefully they're not listening or else this is all spoiled. Or Amazon stuff. Because I don't know what their parents are going to get them. I don't know what my sisters are going to get them. So rather than the duplicate gift thing, how about you give them the power of choice? So that's what I'm doing.
All right.
If they had a Games for Less up there like we do in Tallahassee, I'd send them there.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to think. It's been a tough season for me this year with the Christmas because my 7-year-old's very easy to get. He's 7. So like all little 7-year-old boys, he loves everything. Like every toy is awesome. We can't walk down an aisle. I want that. I want that. I want that. So I had 150 things to choose from for him right from the get-go. My precocious 10-year-old is a little bit more difficult. And it's funny because my children mirror the wife and I in that when I was a little kid, I wanted everything. I wanted the latest cool science-y thing, the latest cool sports-related thing, the latest video game console, the latest video games that were cool for that console, the latest, you name it. I remember I wanted a slingshot, and I wanted a bike, and I wanted everything. But Christy said she grew up, she was very difficult. Her parents would ask her what she wanted. She said, I don't really want anything. Just didn't really want anything, which is cool. I mean, that's a better way to be. It's great. Bryce doesn't really ever want anything. And so it's frustrating because you try to ask, and the little one, if he doesn't know, I know what I want, and he'll rattle off 50 things. And the oldest one's like, I don't really care. I'm like, well, you got to open something on Christmas, my man.
What's the next sports season that's coming up for him? They're in soccer now, is that right?
Yeah, he just finished soccer. He's got, he'll have probably baseball.
You should take him to the store and choose a bat. I'll never forget that. My dad and I went to the store way back in the day when the sporting goods stores were booming. And we went through the aisles, man, and we took a look at different bats and gloves.
And yeah, that's a cool experience.
But then we focused on the bat. And then it was like, which one do you want? What color do you want it to be? Is this the right grip color? Because we can get tape, and we can tape it up the way you want it to be taped. We didn't believe in batting gloves as a family at that point, but we believed in having a cool bat. So I'll never forget that. That makes me nostalgic right now just thinking about that trip.
I really like that it was a family belief that these batting gloves are unnecessary.
Well, until I discovered that, that myself, and he's like, what are you doing putting on batting gloves?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but what makes me laugh is that was his belief, and
Correct.
then it became the family belief, yes. And then at some point, you're like, these are actually helpful.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You don't need batting gloves. Come on. This is called the dirt in the infield.
Oh, man, that's good. Well, we wish all of you happy holidays, of course, and I think the big thing is that I have discovered, and this ends up being more expensive but more rewarding. The 10-year-old wants experiences, so for me, it's about buying, someplace we can go, or something we can do.
Monaco.
Sure, but I mean, I like that he likes that. It is more rewarding. They are the things you hold on to for the rest of your life, those experiences, if you will.
I'd say I remember probably 30 to 40% of the things I got on Christmas morning.
Wow, that's impressive. I was thinking about this today, Tom, and I didn't bring it up earlier, but I can't really remember too much. I remember my the green machine, man. Oh, the green machine was so cool because you moved on from the big wheel and you went to the green machine, and the green machine's still around. And as I remember the green machine, the beauty of youth there is being a little kid is that everything's larger than life. As an adult now, when I go to Toys R Us or places like that and I walk down the aisle and I see the green machine, I go, I think it's a piece of crap. Why did I think that was awesome? Like, why did I think that thing was the coolest machine ever made? It's plastic. Even the wheels are plasticky.
Yeah.
They suck.
Man, my parents, probably my favorite, the most shock value I ever had, was one year they got me a whole set. It was a big hockey net. And
I already got that for my kids. We did that.
And then they gave me the goalie pads. So I had all the goalie pads. And then they gave me,
that.
I had a personalized, at the time, Patrick Waugh was my favorite player. Who was that? Doesn't matter. He played for Colorado.
I know who Patrick was.
But they got me, the people.
Oh, the people.
At large. But the people. They got me a personalized Colorado Avalanche goalie mask, which was just, oh my God, it was so badass. But other years, man, it was like golf clubs they got me. One year was a Super Nintendo. One year was a Nintendo 64. One year they got me all of the Star Wars Legos. Or not Legos, Micro Machines. You remember the Micro Machines?
Yes, I do.
All of them. It was like the master set. Holy cow.
I loved when my kids cared so deeply about Legos, but they're coming out of it. Like Bryce is 10. He does it some. Clark's still really active with the Legos.
Yeah.
I took him to Legoland. We did it was awesome.
But it was
we did it up.
It was easy, right?
Oh,
because then you shop for them and it's like bam, and then
it's over.
They go right to work on it. Yeah.
No, I would go. You know me. I'm a sucker. You call me that all the time. I'm a softie. My kids want something.
Softie more than sucker, but yeah.
I go and buy. Like if they say they want something, even if I think it's absurd, and I tell them no in the moment, I always go get it. And they know it now. They're like, he's gonna say no. But that's just his reflex. He's going to say no, and I guarantee you, this is the older one talking to the younger one. In like a week, it'll be in your room when you get home. I'm just telling you, he can't help himself.
Right.
And they're right. I can't.
Yeah, but what's going to happen when they get to high school age?
Oh, well, that's not happening.
Is it going to flip? Like, cars and or curfews and stuff? Is it going to be like Christy is the one that's going to be more apt to say, okay, and then you're going to be the hard-nosed one?
Yeah, when it comes to, cars, sure. I mean, we're not doing this thing like some of the, you went to a rich high school.
Buddy.
You had kids rolling in there in a Porsche and stuff. I mean, that's ridiculous. No, and I knew a friend who had a Porsche, and then later he wrapped it around a tree and got a BMW as his secondary car, and I thought, well, this is absurd.
Oh, the kids in my class get scoffed at if they had either their parents' BMW or if it was used. I was like, you got a pre-owned one, huh?
Pre-owned.
That's great for you.
Yeah. No, I had a Volkswagen Bug that I paid for half of. So the other half was matched by my stepdad. I've told the story on the air. I worked an entire summer, and it was however much I could save, he would match, and I worked at the Don Cesar at the ice cream store. So I wasn't exactly making a lot of money.
Sure.
So me at the Uncle Andy's. And, shucking ice cream. And so I brought home what I did, which was like $1,000, and he matched it. You can't get much of a car for $2,000. But we got the Volkswagen Bug.
Man, I was fortunate enough to get a car when I was, out of high school. No complaints. That's the thing. Like I knew enough to know that's unbelievable. I don't care that my friend Francesca is driving.
Francesca.
We did have somebody named Francesca in my school.
That in and of itself is ridiculous.
That she's driving a convertible Beamer.
Oh man, that's my favorite car is a convertible Beamer.
Yeah,
I'm going to buy one. It won't be the powerhouse that is my Craft Nissan Pathfinder that I thoroughly enjoy and have re-upped on time and again, but it'll be a secondary car that I will have. I will do that. My favorite present of all time that I can remember with great detail and that I probably got more use out of than anything I've ever owned at all ever was my Commodore 64 in 1983. I got a Commodore 64, and we had floppy disks. You had floppy disks. The old floppy disk. And my buddy knew how to cheat and steal games with the floppy disk. So, like, if somebody got a game that they actually purchased, say some sort of baseball game, micro league baseball, he could cheat and get it onto a floppy disk. I don't know how. There were hacks back in the day, Tom. That's what people did. And we floppy disked that thing, and I ended up having like 50 games on one floppy disk, and it was the best.
No, I told you, man. My friend, who shall remain nameless, in the Palm Harbor greater area, is a wanted felon back in the day because he would gut Xboxes, and he would take them from
that's straight up criminal.
No, that's like felony level.
That's straight up criminal.
He was a minor, so I don't know what would have happened. Like I don't know how much trouble he would have been in.
Is what would happen.
But yeah, he would take the. Kids, don't do this, but please just don't do this. I'm laughing because he's a moron.
Well, but it's also funny. It's okay. We can't be so serious in our lives that we can't laugh at things. But,
And I didn't get one from him. Now, my friends did. They got unlocked Xboxes.
All right, hold on a second. So you guys got to hear this story. I know this story. He's told it to me a lot over the years, and I never stop him because it's one of my favorites. This is ingenious and really wrong and very criminal and not what you do.
Correct.
But amazing. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, and this guy he's not the candidate for doing this kind of stuff. So he's the perfect criminal.
Over the years that a lot of really good people have done some things they're not proud of.
Right.
I'm just saying.
He was a computer geek type. He was a computer geek type who was built a lot bigger. He should have been more of an athlete. But he just decided to invest in the computer thing. Really nice kid. But he would take Xboxes from, just whatever store you could imagine that they might be selling those at. And then he would use the hair dryer to take the seal off of the bag in the machine. Well, I don't want to say the specific store and location.
I know.
Because then,
they're not coming to get
statute of limitations, but still, who knows what he's doing now.
Yeah.
But he would use the hair dryer to take the seal off of the plastic bag and then
old hair dryer technique.
Correct.
People do that to open letters, too.
Yes, it would melt off the sticker, and then you could put it back on. And he would do that for the box as well. And then he would take the hard drive out of the
Xbox.
I think he would weight it down with something afterwards.
Well, you'd have to.
But he would return it back to the store and say he was done.
So an empty-ass shell of a gaming system is what's in that box. So not only did my man straight up gank Xboxes, that's what he's doing. He's stealing Xboxes.
Yeah, he's giving the case back.
But then he's putting the case back in, so some other poor schlep comes in and spends $400 on an Xbox when they first come out or whatever, and goes home excited as hell to give it to their kids and plug it in, only to find that it's useless. There's nothing in it.
I asked him, so he'd get the full return. So he'd spent, no money to get these free hard drives, which is all that matters. And what he would do is he would build ultimate Xboxes for somebody.
Like crazy power.
Right. So what it would do is it would have every video game ever made on the Xbox. And this is the hard drive space that he needed to do it. He said the only thing, and he always cautioned people, he says, they know the drill on these things. So you cannot go to Xbox Live. This machine can never be hooked up to the internet because it will track you, they will find
They
you,
will get you,
and then I'm arrested for it because you're going to flip. You're going to flip, and I know you are. You're not going to go to jail for me.
Oh, man.
But I asked him once, I said, did you get this idea from Back to the Future?
Yeah,
what do you mean? He says, I said, man, if you remember the beginning, Doc Brown he's building a bomb for Libyan nationalists. They wanted him to build a plutonium bomb. And he said, I just gave him a box full of spare pinball parts and told him it was a bomb. And he loved that movie. And he said, you know what, come to think of it, maybe as a kid there was a seed sown there or something.
So what I think is what's weird here, and, this would be a show that is a little bit different than our normal shows because we spent a lot of time off and on today just not talking about sports because neither of us care right now.
He sold those Ultimate Xboxes for $200 a pop, by the way, so he made quite a killing.
Right. it's amazing when you're young and you are enterprising in that way, and you want to make money. You know, your parents, your allowance isn't enough, and you when you're a kid, when you realize that you can do things to make money, and you're basically a good kid. You're not a bad person, and you have morals and ethics, and you know what's right and wrong and all that. It's amazing what you're capable of, though, and how you rationalize it. I came up with some crazy schemes to make money. Now, I'm not talking about breaking into houses or anything straight up criminal-minded like that. But, I mean, these are very aggressive enterprises you could come up with. You know, I mean, I would do this. In middle school,
Here we go.
I had a lunch ticket scam where I would sell these extra lunch tickets. I don't want to get into this, but I had a lunch ticket scam. And I was really good. I provided extra meals for people who needed them for a small price with this lunch tickets that weren't really legit. But they were kind of counterfeit lunch tickets that people couldn't pick up on. They were really well done. And I had a methodology, and I did this with my buddy Charlie. And we made a killing. And I would have, at any time in my pocket, like $50, $75. In middle school, that's crazy.
That's insane amount of money.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I would take that money, and this speaks to some of my habits of this day. I would gamble it, usually playing spades. I would play spades with my friends in the hall, and I would gamble the $75 or $50 I was making on the counterfeit lunch tickets.
They were counterfeit.
Yeah, they weren't real. Yeah.
Did you take them to the copier or something?
Don't worry about it. Me and Charlie
You
had a
took
way.
them to the copier.
We had a way, but there were other things you had to do.
Laminate.
So they were really good lunch tickets, and we would sell those for half the cost of a normal lunch ticket, so then kids would come over and get those lunch tickets. And then I would have gambling money to play spades or dice, or sometimes we'd play basically a different game of chump change where you took quarters and you flipped them. You just flipping quarters for money.
Yeah.
Head to head. And we had all these weird ways. We throw it off the wall, and you could get dicey. I mean, I saw many a boy get punched in the face over spades or over dice but all of that was born out of this want for a little extra cash. It's crazy. Again, it never even occurs to you like this is really probably just wrong.
Buddy, I used to be a promoter in high school. Actually, a good friend of mine, we've fallen out of contact, but he actually works pretty much across the street from where we are right now.
All right.
And his name's Brian. What's up, buddy, if you're listening? And he used to do stunts, essentially. And I would raise money to see how much, how much would it cost, Brian, for you to do this? And he'd be like, all right, I'll do this. And so I would raise the funds.
So you were doing Jackass before Jackass.
Right, but then I kept my cut, which was considerable.
That's well done.
Yeah.
And he put his life on the line, and you got a little extra money out of it.
Yeah, looking back, yes, he did. And so I'm not proud of that anymore.
People do that.
But he's okay, so I can laugh
now you can laugh about all those things. Yeah. There are things I look back on now that I did when I worked at the golf course that were just straight up wrong. Now, we didn't steal any golf clubs, but they were wrong. And I can't believe I did it. And there's a guy named Mark who lives in New York who I did these things with, and I'm sure if he listens, he's like, Cameron, shut your mouth. We don't need to get into that. We're both successful, married with children. There's no reason. Let's not do that.
My buddy Mark, who worked in the car barn with me.
Yeah, car barns are places.
Yeah, the polishing machine.
Yes.
Well, he would use it to alter golf clubs. And he would experiment with them, like screwing with the sweet spot and stuff.
He should get a job working for a golf club.
It was kind of scientific. One day we had a double tournament, so all the carts are out. And so they're taking full swings inside the cart barn, playing pinball with the golf balls.
That's the best.
It's making all these kinds of noises.
Yeah.
So our boss comes out.
Probably furious.
He's furious. And he says, give me that. And so he hits it, and he hits the ball, and it hits the not the circuit box.
Right.
And as he does that, he's in the full swing. And the GM walks out and sees him do it.
What the hell is Yeah, that's good.
It's great, man.
Making up
nothing
games,
to do with Christmas.
First of all, making up games is the greatest pastime of my childhood and any kid's childhood. If you have brothers or just close friends in the neighborhood, making up kind of bastard childs of games, like a pseudo baseball / basketball rules game. We did this for hours on end. My fear is that kids, because of video games, I sound like an old man now, don't, I guess, engage in that level of creativity that it requires of a group of like 5 or 6 people to get together and come up with these intricate games with rules, very specific rules that everybody adheres to and understands, and the game develops over time, and then you've got this thing that lives with you forever. It's an incredible game you guys invented.
We had an awesome indoor game. It was like in my friend's bedrooms where we'd hit the like a rock ball, and it was indoor baseball essentially when it was raining outside in the summer, and then we had our own wiffle ball games outside
in Florida, yeah.
But like the different walls meant different, bases,
doubles,
and triples, and if you hit it in this little area. But the greatest game I ever created was this version of hockey. I can't say what I said. What the
called it something different, yeah.
But the big cement block in the middle, and it didn't have any cracks in it. It's this big cement block in the driveway, driveway itself. And that was the neutral zone area, and you try to bounce it from there into someone's zone. But all it did was teach you hand-eye coordination. Essentially, it's tennis with hockey and a ball puck.
Very cool.
By the time I'm 12, 13 years old, my hand-eye is incredible.
Well, those are the games, yeah. I mean, my stepdad is still angry to this day that we basically brutalized the washing machine, because if you could hit the washing machine from the bottom of the driveway, we had a sloped driveway, so you, as a hitter, you hit from the bottom of the driveway with a wiffle ball bat and a tennis ball. The person pitching guarded the garage where the washing machine was.
Right.
And it was one bounce. If you got it into the garage, just into the garage by the guy guarding the garage who wore a glove, because we were ratcheting balls back.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a single. If you hit the washing machine, it's a double. If you hit the automatic garage holder, the thing that's above, which you could really break and screw the whole thing up,
yeah.
That's a triple. That was hard to hit. And the home run was capturing it in between, the little space between the garage and the actual wall. So if you got it up there, where that was like a grand slam.
Okay.
Now, if you hit it over the fence because it was a pain in the ass to have to go to the backyard to get it, you were automatically out.
Yeah.
So you can't be doing that. So you could swing away, but you had to know what you were doing.
Right.
You had to be controlled.
So it teaches you, how to get on top of the ball.
How to flick and how to get on top of the ball, how to go the other way, go with the pitch. You got a weird bounce off a rock, and you got to adjust mid-swing. Well, it was fantastic.
I told you when I was in Halifax this summer, they have a little Hall of Fame. It's a hockey Hall of Fame, essentially, because that's all they do. A couple of baseball players, a couple of football players.
That and Club Seals.
Yeah, well, at Halifax?
I'm kidding.
Oh, God. I was going to say, man, I don't like it as much anymore. There's a Sidney Crosby washing machine. Have I showed you the photo of it?
Beat to hell. You have, which is awesome.
Beat to hell, but that
all
was
the black marks and stuff.
But the whole thing was, it was a miss. So you look at it and you're like, oh, my God, he's just destroying his parents' property.
Oh, yeah.
And that marked a miss because the net was just to the left of it, but it was beat to hell.
There are levels of, and we gotta say goodbye for the holidays. There are levels of destruction that occur when you have children that go along with their childhood that you have to grow to accept as a parent, and it's hard, even though you did the same thing. When your kids break something of yours that's useful for the house, your immediate reaction is your dad's reaction. It's the same one he had, which is, why would you do that? Why you didn't pay this, you didn't pay for this, I did, and we use it, and you've broken it twice now, and I gotta go get another one because you sure as hell don't have the money, and we need this. And then you hear yourself and you go, I did that too. That's exactly what I did. And I didn't care about the rant, and he walked away, and we snickered and went right back to doing what we were doing.
Right, yeah. There's futility and nostalgia all at once in your little dad rant there.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and a Happy New Year to you. We're going to be gone for a little while. 8, 9, 10 days.
Could be.
Yeah, Well, not work days.
Yeah, there it is.
It's like 7 work days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be here producing the Front Row next Wednesday. Front Row Knowles, excuse me. Tom Block got me because he said it wrong last night.
On the 27th?
Yeah, he called it the wrong show.
Don't forget to watch or listen to my nationwide show on the 26th.
That's Tuesday.
Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., the first line or something like that. I should know the name of the show that I'm hosting.
Buddy, yeah.
I'll get it. I'll look at it.
I'm sure you
then.
will.
I'll get it right, yeah.
Welcome to the Jeff Cameron Show on Sirius XM.
That would be awesome. There's a day that will happen. ESPNU.
Yeah, our first guest today is Charles Auerbach. I'm your co-host for the Front Line.
It's not even, it's the first, what is it? I don't know the name of the show I'm hosting. Anyhow, that's going to be on Sirius XM.
Total Leather with Jeff Cameron and Charles Auerbach.
Wouldn't it be great as I introduced the show, I never introduced Charles, and I just keep talking. Charles is like, hello? Who is this person on the line? Can we get this guy off? I'm trying to do a show here. Charles is like, I'm your co-host. Good work, Matthew. Thanks, everybody. Merry Christmas, buddy. Be well.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
And we'll talk to you down the line, a little bit down the line. Be well.